We're going to start with a 5-minute dynamic warm-up. Jess is going to run me through that warm-up, and we're going to go through the first day's exercises. So Jess.
You ready, Hank?
Yes.
All right, we're going to start with jumping jacks for 30 seconds. You guys ready at home? In 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds here. 1. All right, we're going to do a side lunge with a reach. So we're going to bring those feet out nice and wide here. We're going to push those hips all the way back as we reach laterally on the outside of that foot. Back through the center and back up. You're going to feel a nice stretch through that adductor, inner part of your leg. 2, 1. We're going to bring those legs back together. We're going to go right into an inchworm. So we're going to roll down through the spine, walk those hands all the way out into a high plank. Pause for a second, and then walk it back in. Bend those knees, roll up, and reach up.
Can an alternative be with a push-up?
Yeah, sure. We can add a push-up. Make it a little bit harder. Warm up those shoulders a little bit more. Reach up, back down, walk it out. I'm gonna add 10 more seconds here. Nice job. All right, next one, we're gonna drop down into a high plank here. Hands are just underneath those shoulders, and then we're gonna do some hip openers. So we're gonna step outside those hands. You could stay here, or if you feel super flexible, you're gonna tap that elbow down onto the floor, and then bring that foot back and switch. Tap that elbow down, switch. Again, and then we're gonna come back up. We're gonna go right through it, one more round through to complete a 5-minute warm-up, and there you have it. All right, so the next move is gonna be a basic sit-up. All right, so proper form here, you wanna plant those feet on the floor. Feet are about hip width distance apart. We're gonna lie all the way down, extend those arms behind our head, okay? We're gonna use some momentum from our arms to sit up. But the key here is to not lift those feet as you come up from the floor. You ready, Hank?
Yeah, I'm ready.
We're gonna do a few different reps. All right, so ready? 3, 2, 1. We're gonna sit all the way up, reach for those toes, and then back down. All the way up, and back down. So the key here is to control it right here, right? So you don't wanna just fall and let all that body weight release. You wanna think about those muscles controlling all the way down, okay? You can use your arms here as momentum and press those feet into the floor, right? So that's gonna activate all of your lower abdominal muscles as well. All right, give me 2 more, Hank. 2, and 1. Nice job.
Thank you.
All right, so now we're gonna show you how to do a thruster. All right, we're gonna shoot back into a plank and then come back in and jump up as high as we can. So I'm gonna break it down for you first. So you're gonna plant those hands down onto the floor, shoot those legs back into a plank, bring it back in, and then jump up as high as you can. Back down into that plank, back into that squat, and jump up. Jump out, in, and back up. All right, ready to do 3 reps? Speed?
Now, it's important to get your feet back underneath you, correct?
Yes, yep, you wanna try to plant those feet right underneath your hips, right? If you can't, you can just bring those feet out a little bit wider, or you can walk it in. Okay, walk it in, and then jump up, okay? Walk it out, walk it in, and jump up. That also avoids the impact. So if you wanna take it that level, go for it. If you wanna take the challenge, you're gonna follow this next one. You ready?
Here we go.
3 reps.
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Jump out, in, up as high as you can. 2 more. 1 more. Woo! Nice job. Woo. All right, the next one we're gonna do are plank knee taps. So we're gonna come into a high plank position. We're gonna plant those hands right underneath those shoulders, extend those legs behind us. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna push back into a downward dog and reach for that opposite knee and then come back to the center. So we're getting some shoulder rotation here. We're pushing those hips back, we're opening up those hamstrings, and we're also activating the core. Okay, keep your head up in line with your spine, and back to that strong plank each time. Give me 2 more, Hank. 2.
There's always 2 more to be done.
I know. 1. And time. Nice work. All right, this next move is called freestyle kick. So we're gonna lie all the way down on our backs, and we're gonna activate our lower abdominal muscles. So you're gonna lie down. You're gonna think about pulling that belly button in through your core. Your hands are gonna be planted on the floor. You're gonna relax your head, neck, and shoulders. Okay, you're gonna lift those legs up and hover them up off the floor, and then you're gonna kick as fast as you can, okay? If you want to make this harder, you can lift your chest up, okay, and those shoulder blades up off the floor, and then you're going to go as fast as you can here, holding that core in. You got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, keep breathing, 4, 3, 2, 1, release, hug those knees in, and you're good.
But wait, what did she do wrong there, swimmers at home? Let's go back and let me see how those freestyle kicks are done. Let me see her freestyle kicks. What do you think she could do better?
I'm not a swimmer, so.
Maybe point those toes. That's what we do in swimming, right? We point the toes when we swim.
All right.
So there you go.
Learn something new.
I'm teaching the trainer something new today. So.
All right, next exercise is going to be a plank. So we're going to demonstrate two different versions, a high plank and a low plank. So I'm going to have Hank get into a low plank because it's a little bit harder, right? You like to see your coach sweat a little bit. So he's going to focus on lining up those shoulders with his elbows. He's going to lengthen through the top of his head. He's keeping his head lifted, right? So his neck is in line with his spine, right? He's not drooping through the hips. So he's keeping those hips lifted, pulling in through the core, and he's avoiding keeping those hips up. And he's extending through the legs, through those heels, right? So his legs are working here too. So everything in a plank.
I'm shaking quite a bit right now.
Right? So that's a low plank. And then what I'm going to show you guys is I'm going to come into a high plank, same form that Hank was in. Okay, I'm going to extend through the back of my heels, lift my head up so that my head, neck is in line with my spine. And I'm just extending everything out and pulling in through the belly button and breathing in through the nose.
And if you need a little help with this, you could move your feet apart. Your fingers are pointing forward and not out to the side. You could also, I believe, separate them if you want a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more help with your shoulders. You should feel this where? Core?
Your whole core, so your whole abdominal muscle, your shoulders, your legs are going to take on some of that weight. And if you want a little bit more of a challenging plank, all you got to do is lift one leg, but make sure you really keep everything nice and strong here, okay? You can alternate if you want.
It's not easy, is it?
No, I'm shaking.
When you're done with your workout, it's always good to do some stretching. If you noticed in the beginning of the workout, we did some dynamic movements to warm up. End of workout, we could do some stretching. We can do some of my favorite stretches. One of them is going to look familiar because it's also part of the warm-up. You're going to get down on your knees. You get into a Spider-Man. All right, from here, I like to do two things. Take your right hand, grab the right foot, left arm in the air. You can do that 4 or 5 times. And you can put the left arm down, right arm in the air. Okay? Also from the same position, I like doing some trunk twists. Now again, probably a better one to do would be arm reaches. It's a little less on your lower back, but nonetheless a good stretch. From here, again, put your left arm down, right hand on your leg, push that knee out a little bit. Feel that in your hip flexor. Feels really nice. And then you can lean back into a hamstring stretch. Maybe grab your toe, point the toe, pull it towards you, sit back, maybe get your butt up a little bit, head, chest towards the knee. Okay, so you feel it right in the back of your hamstring. Now you can do this on both sides, which will take you about 3 or 4 minutes. The last one I like doing, which is a little bit more advanced. You gotta be careful because you don't want to feel this in your knee, you want to feel this more in your hips. Push-up position, leg underneath, and just relax. You should feel this here. You should not feel it in your knee. If you feel it in your knee, take your opposite hip and roll towards, or not actually your hip and roll towards the floor. And if you could even get a little lower, head down, arms out. The last one I'm going to show you, if you could get to a wall in your house, it's great for your shoulders. Stretching them out a little bit more by dynamic movement than a stretch, but nonetheless really good. Get your arms out, reach them up, come on back down. Okay, wall slides. Really good. Again, if you're having a little hard time with your hands on the wall, probably you need to loosen up those shoulders. If nothing else, try and hold as best you can, or maybe it's hold and a reach. Either way, just trying to get those shoulders back and stretching out those muscles a little bit in the front upper pecs and in your back, which I believe are your scaps and your lats. and just a little bit of stretching at the end of your workout.